Hello.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at Gateway for the Dash for Cash presented by Harpoon Designs in the Wheels America Cup Series. These guys, these drivers are practicing right now. We're going to change some stuff up tonight. The 4 drivers we've got in the Dash for Cash is Frankie Barroso, Drew Jua, Brandon Six, and Matthew Fleming. We're going to go down to these guys and kind of talk to them and see what they're feeling, track condition, and maybe some strategy. Brandon, do you want to bring in our first driver tonight while they're practicing and see how they're doing?
Yeah, sure, for sure. Let me see if I get Frankie. Hey, Frankie, you got a copy, buddy?
I got a copy, Brandon.
Hey, man. So you are one of the Dash for Cash drivers, and was curious to know how's the track out there?
Terrible, awful. It is really tight, and it's really loose at the same time. So, we're probably gonna get our butts whooped by maybe Brandon Six, and Andrew, and Mark Whitley tonight. So that's kind of what it looks like. But just gotta do our best.
Oh, so I know you guys gotta have some type of strategy. What's the mindset looking like? I understand you said it's tight in, it's loose off, but and the fast guys, like Brandon Six and Mark Whitley, how can you overcome the advantage that they have? What could you do in order to come out here on top of the Dash for Cash for the night?
I mean, honestly, there could be really 2 things: do something different strategy-wise, and just don't burn, not burn my stuff up. Don't kill the tires early. That's really the main thing. Just as long as you got your tires underneath you, hey, you never know. Brandon's made a few mistakes here these past few weeks, so has Mark. Everyone's prone to mistakes, so if I can avoid at least the big mistakes, then I think I have a good shot.
All right, AJ got any? Or not AJ, I'm sorry. Emery, got any questions for Frankie?
No, you're good. AJ will be in a little bit later in this broadcast, but Frankie, I mean, your practice numbers right now seem pretty good. Do you think when this race starts, the track conditions may change? Do you feel comfortable that those numbers are gonna stick? I guess in my eyes, do you feel comfortable in the race car tonight on this track?
Well, thank you for the kind words. I don't feel comfortable, but I mean, you got 2 completely different ends of the racetrack here, so the car feels pretty decent in 1 and 2. It's just 3 and 4 is a nightmare for me. I cannot seem to understand it. But I mean, don't be fooled. I put that literally, I think my first lap out, and the track was really green and really grippy. Now it's kind of just too grippy, and all that grip has basically turned into grease. So it's slippery. It's slippy.
Yep. It's slippy. Well, we appreciate your honesty, man. Good luck out there tonight. Frankie, one of our Dash for Cash drivers, and good luck again. We'll see what qualifying brings you.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Emery.
Yes, sir. All right, Brandon. Man, we got another driver that we can touch base with. It's going to be Drew Jua, another one of these guys for the Dash for Cash. Brandon, can you get down and bring him in here?
Yeah, let me see if I can get him. Hey, Drew, you got me, my man?
Yes, sir.
So, you are a Dash for Cash participant, I guess I can say. And I've been kind of watching you guys out here, and you guys are slipping and sliding all over the place, man. How's practice going so far?
It's definitely about learning. The track temps are very, very hot, so just testing different things, see how they work, see what I'm gonna try and see what I can run in the race and get away with. But yeah, like you said, definitely sipping and sliding with these track temps. It's gonna be an interesting race.
Murray, got any questions, buddy?
Yeah, real quick, man. We were just talking with Frankie. It seems like throttle control is going to be a big factor tonight at Gateway. Track conditions are a little difficult. Are you feeling the same way, Drew? Do you feel comfortable in the car?
It just kind of depends. It's really, really tight these first couple of laps with tires heating up, and you know, it's definitely a lot getting used to that. But I have a feeling that me or 6 could have a pretty good shot at bringing it home. We're just gonna try and bring it home doing esports.
Absolutely. Well, Drew, we appreciate your time. Good luck tonight. You are one of the drivers here for the Dash for Cash, and we'll see what happens when that race starts.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay, another driver tonight, Brandon 6 in the 66, running some good practice laps right now as it stands. Brandon, you want to bring him in, talk to him, see how he's feeling? Let's do it.
Let me see if I can get him. Brandon 6, you got a copy?
Yeah, that's going.
Hey, man. I see you're out there sitting P2 on the board. But a lot of you guys, a lot of your competitors are spinning everywhere. It's a really, really hot track out there. How's practice going so far?
Definitely very difficult. This track is very, very slick. I think we're up to like 138 track temp, so it continues to get pretty hot. I like to hope to stay at green, but I don't think so. This is actually really tough, even for myself. I tried to do like even just a 15 lap run, and it gets pretty loose / tight. So it's gonna be a handful for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, I believe you were in there in the truck on Tuesday night, and we saw that unfold. That was a night race. The track temperature, do you think it's going to play a big factor for these top guys that are running these practice laps? Is that going to be a problem, or do you feel comfortable in the car right now?
I feel pretty comfortable now. Like I said, once I get past like 15 laps into a run, then it starts to get a little questionable, but I think that's going to be everybody with the way this track temp is. I think some people are going to adapt to it really well, maybe suit their driving style, and then other people, it's going to be a struggle, I think, all night.
Right, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon, we appreciate you here at the booth. Good luck to you. You are one of the drivers here for the Dash for Cash, and good luck to you when the race starts.
Yep, thank you, guys.
All right. All right, Brandon, we touched base with him. We got one more driver, Matthew Fleming. Let's get him in the booth and see how he's doing out there. Man, a lot of conversations about this track temp. We'll see what Matt has to offer here. Brandon, bring him in.
All right, let me see if I can get him. Mr. Fleming, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Okay, man. I see you are out there, along with the rest of your competitors, out there slipping and sliding, doing your best to try and put down some solid laps. Let me know how the practice is going so far.
Honestly, we are not doing so well. Yeah, there's not much I can really say right now. So far, I'm just gonna plan on trying to keep it clean and hopefully just survive. This is not one of my strongest tracks. Hopefully, once it comes race time, a lot of times I'll pick up on something a little bit better and will manage my way back up. But right now, yeah, we're not looking the greatest.
Yeah, that's kind of been the sense of everybody talking tonight, that the track temp is hot and a lot of sliding. It's going to be a lot of throttle control. Matt, if do you feel comfortable? It sounds like you're kind of hesitant right now. Do you think when the race starts and that track may cool off, do you think it'll get better? Are you going to feel more comfortable in this race car as time goes by tonight?
Yeah, I believe so. There's a lot of races, during practice and even the start of the race. I may not be doing quite so well at first, but yeah, usually I pick up on a few tricks in traffic and then just kind of roll with them and kind of watch how everybody else falls off and make the adjustments while, during the race. So, yeah, I won't count myself all the way out, I guess. I just know I have a lot to figure out.
Absolutely. And so do these other drivers, man. Congratulations for being here for the Dash for Cash. One of the drivers, Matthew Fleming, good luck to you when the race starts. We appreciate you up here giving us some insight.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to bring us the top 5 drivers, Dash for Cash guys, still practicing right now, and they're throwing some times down. Man, Brandon, it sounds like these guys are struggling early. I hope it changes a little bit, because from what I'm hearing, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and I think some of the guys, and it was great to have them in here, just kind of get their mindset and kind of what they were kind of thinking of. Um, and I think it was interesting listening to them kind of talk about the same thing. The track is hot, it's slick. Track temps right now is 130, almost 140 degrees. That is scorching hot for a racetrack. Um, and as we're watching, as you're sitting here watching the background, I mean, you're watching these cars, these drivers, they're hustling, trying to put down good laps, but at the same time they're spinning off the corners. So it's gonna be a matter of kind of what Fleming said, mainly just managing the race and just trying to be there at the end. If you can be there at the end, then you got a chance. But if you wad it up, turn one, lap one. I guess I'm should be used to that. I kind of did that in a truck race on Tuesday. If you didn't see that, go check that out. It was Caution Fest, but it's I heard they were pretty good in the booth. They kind of made it fun. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be really, really difficult for these drivers out here. But this is why this is the Cup Series. This is the best of the best.
Yes, it is. Man, like you said, Tuesday we saw some spinouts in the trucks. Today, Thursday, we got the Cup cars out there, and they can get a little bit looser. And I hope they can keep it together. Not as many cautions as we saw Tuesday, because we do have 3 stages. Stage 1 is going to be 30 laps, and then you got your stage 2 at 95, and then we're going to do the full race at 125. But there's going to be you're going to see caution, right? That's going to happen tonight. We know this is a tough track. This has been tough for everybody across the board, but I want to see good racing. We got the Dash for Cash. We got all these top drivers right now, shooting and gunning for that real money tonight. So I think they'll bring it together. I hope they calm it down. I hope they let off a little bit, and that we can be a smooth race. But we shall see. How much time we got left in practice, Brandon?
Yeah, right now we have about 5.5 minutes left. And 5.5 minutes is actually a long time. If like I said, if they can go out here and I think Brandon Sixty said about lap 15 is when it starts getting a little out of control. If these guys can get 15 laps in solidly without causing a caution, I think you'll probably see some really, really good racing. But the key point is actually at the time of the day. Right now in sim time, it's only 12:15 in the afternoon, so we are pretty close to the peak of the high temperature for in sim. So more than likely what's going to happen is the track temp is either going to stay constant or it's going to start to drop a little bit, because you're going to have your cloud cover and stuff like that. So you're going to really see guys start to possibly even move around, possibly even start to change lanes and stuff like that. So it's gonna be wild. I'm pretty excited to actually watch and see what happens, though, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm ready for it to unfold as well. You can see 66 there, Brandon. The top banner there, they got a red banner, and that's gonna state that they're in the Dash for Cash. So you guys at home watching on YouTube tonight, that's gonna say, hey, these guys are racing for money, and it's going to be easy to point out. Again, our 4 drivers are going to be Frankie Barroso, Drew Drua, Brandon Six, and Matthew Fleming. It's going to be fun to see those guys play out and how it finishes for the Dash for Cash. And as I say that, Frankie's up there in practice with a 34.1. Brandon Six right behind and a 34.2, followed by Andrew Phipps and Mark Whitley. There's a few names out here that you might see in the top 5, top 10 for sure. Man, Jesse, Ryan, Pasoko, those guys, the practice times are not as good as some of these top guys up top. But man, by the end of this race, I'm sure we'll see them up there. Anything can happen again at Gateway.
For sure. I mean, that's one of the key things that Fleming said. Like I said, to be there at the end. So. If that means that you kind of got to throw away your qualifying lap and go to the back of the field and just ride and just kind of just pick them off one at a time, it's not the most favorable strategy to do. But at the same time, like I said, if it gets you there and puts you in position to possibly go for a win at the end of the race, hey, I'll do it. You know, like I said, it sucks, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you do. I don't think we can really talk about strategy for what we did last week, man. Our strategy, what we thought the drivers were gonna come out and do, were completely wrong. We had to take all of our notes and throw them away because that's not how we thought that race was playing out.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. And like I said, you know, sometimes it's fluid. You know, so it's, you know, these drivers are trying to figure out stuff on the fly. You know, like for example, they probably have a strategy starting the race. As you know, the run goes, if it's caution field, that strategy changes. If it stays green, that strategy changes. So, you know, so you got to be able to like I, you know, tell some my guys is keep your head on the swivel. So you got to be able to adjust quickly. You got to be able to look at the little things and got to be able to make adjustments. Like the race is happening so fast that you got to be able to stay on top of it in order to get there at the end.
Yeah, and talk about someone out here staying green. We got one driver, Frankie, in the number 12. He has put in 130 laps in this practice. So if one guy is trying to figure out this track early, it's him. Coming off a big win last week, as you see someone spinning out, it's Mark Whitley in the 7. Boy, you seeing guys like that having troubles with this track, it's going to be dangerous. We've been talking about it early on with these guys when we chatted with the Dash for Cash drivers. It's not easy. I hope the track settles and they can settle as well and get good laps in.
Yeah, and it looks like practice is about to end. Looks like these boys got about a minute left, so you know it's coming to a close. But I mean, shout out to Frankie for putting in 130 plus laps. I mean that right there tells me that he's in it to win it. You know, he might not be he might not feel like he's the best, but I can guarantee you those laps are going to pay dividends at the end. So like I said, shout out to him for doing that many laps. I don't think anybody has came close to even doing that many, so he should be. So we'll be watching him. He's going to probably put on a great show tonight.
Yeah, that for sure. That's a ton of laps for practice, but all these guys are out here trying to do the same thing and get as much time as they can behind the wheel before we get into qualifying and get a race going. As we see Brandon leaving the pits, he's going to make a couple more laps before qualifying ends. Practice. And it looks like that's going to be the finish of practice. We're going to jump right into qualifying here shortly. Again, that red ticker up top, that's going to signify the Dash for Cash drivers. So if you guys are watching at home, keep those guys in your sights because it's going to be fun to watch them race it out for the cash. And we're talking real money. But that brings the end to practice, and we're going to jump into qualifying. First guy out there is the number 19, Michael Bennett, leaving the pits, going to put in some laps. Qualifying is going to be fun to watch, Brandon, because practice, a little dangerous. See how they do on qualifying.
Well, I mean, the great thing is that it kind of resets, so it allows these boys to kind of go out there and really push. But I mean, it's still going to be slick. I mean, I'm looking at the notes here, and it looks like the track stamp is now 140, so it's even hotter than it was in practice. So it's gonna be it's gonna be slick out there, man. And these guys have got to be up on the wheel. They got to be able to hit those marks, be able to modulate the throttle. It's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah. Last week, tires. This week, it could be throttle control is going to be a big factor for these boys. As this unfolds and they're doing qualifying, Brandon, can you talk about the track a little bit, because the corners are not all the same. It's got a bunch of dynamics to each turn. You were in the truck Tuesday, kind of got a feel for it. Can you kind of explain that?
So the way how Worldwide Technology or Gateway, as some of the old school guys like to call it, it's for Gateway, it's turn 1 is it's pretty sharp, but it also is banked. So that's a corner that you mainly want to downshift into, and then kind of modulate the throttle and be able to kind of get a straight line off the corner, and then going down the backstretch, your full throttle, and then going to 3, it's a little bit more flat. So you can downshift, but you don't actually have to. If you can carry enough momentum into the corner, you can actually get a good run off. And in long run pace, that actually saves your tires. So it again, it just depends on the strategy. But yeah, I mean, two completely different corners. Then you got the question of whether you want to shift or whether you don't shift. So it's a very very unique track. For the most part, it puts on great racing, especially at 140-degree temperature track temps. So I'm excited, man. I'm ready to see what these boys can do. They're gonna be slipping and sliding, but like I said, this is the best of the best.
Yeah, what's that Nelly song? It is hot in here. And are we not in St. Louis, or am I wrong?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. It is hot in here. That's going to be the motto tonight. We got real quick the qualifying guys. Andrew Phipps up there with a Brandon Six just dropped in with a 34.3. Now Andrew Phipps sits second in the grid at a 34.3. Mark Whitley, Brandon Fetterplace, Nick Silver, Brian Tagg. He's running a 34.5 WC 99 up there as it sits grid 6. So, man, not bad times coming through for qualifying, and no one's spun yet.
No, nobody has spun, which is I'm not surprised. I mean, these boys are, they've learned a lot. I mean, they push it 110, 120%, during practice. That's what they do, right? They go out there and they just give it their all. And then when you kind of come to qualifying, you do give it your all, but you kind of know where that limit is. You kind of know now, okay, I can't step over, but so far, can you still go out there and push it that far and probably get a better lap? Yeah, probably. But is it worth it to spin or wreck your car and end up in the back of the field? No. So it just depends on what your agenda is. And I think a lot of these drivers out here are just trying to put down a solid lap, get the race started, get settled in, and try to be there at the end.
Yeah, and I think it's a big advantage if you're up front. So like Brandon and Andrew up there in the 1 and 2 spot. We've seen all year these restarts. These guys are breaking away quick, getting into that first turn, and it's usually the one driver pulling away. I think here, how slick the track seems like it's going to be, is going to be a big factor, so you don't get caught up in that big wreck in the back. We saw it Tuesday. We saw guys getting involved in big accidents and not making their way back up to the front. I would imagine. I hope we don't see as many cautions, but we will see it tonight here at Gateway. And if you want to be in the top 10, top 5, you want to be that Brandon and Andrew Phipps. Do you think that's correct, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, if you're up front, you can control the race. Let's just call it like it is. I mean, that's basically what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to control the race. You want to control the restarts. You don't want to be around the middle of the field, or probably fourth on back. You really don't want to be. And if you are, it's everybody's braking point is different when you're entering the corner, because you're hard into the brakes in turn 1, you're hard in the brakes in turn 3, and you have to kind of watch out for possible people getting tight on entry or getting loose, or that people are door banging each other because they're got different braking points. So it gets hectic back there, and I saw it in the truck race. I mean, there was just guys just everywhere, and there was just trucks spinning all over the place. And then we got to a point to where once I started to kind of see the front and get closer to the front, I didn't really see as that type of issues anymore. It was more hard. It was harder racing, but they weren't self-spinning and knocking into each other and stuff like that. So it was less of that. So again, it's just when you get closer to the front, it's a little bit cleaner. If you're in the back, the guys in the back are trying to crawl and get their way to the front. So you're gonna have that. It just depends on where you are.
Yeah, and Tuesday you spun out early at this track and you made your way back, so it is possible for these guys to maybe get in some issues early and make your way back to the front. I just wanted to bring up, we got John Wright now with a 34.4. He just popped up there on this qualifying race. Who do we got on the track right now? Oh, and he's getting a little loose. Is he gonna hit the wall? Ugh, big hit in qualifying there.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of saying. Like you didn't want to do that. You can start in the back, but at least start in the back because you want to start in the back. Don't be forced to start in the back because your mindset kind of just changes is what you have at the beginning. So, um,
Yeah,
but you
and
know what? Actually, that was his. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, John Wright. Actually, I was gonna say John Wright is sitting
P5.
P5.
Yeah, he ran the
Okay, okay.
34.4, so he's 47. He's right there at P5. Mark Whitley there at a 34.46 in fourth position. Ryan Dunkelberger, Andrew Phipps, and Brandon sixth at top. No one's beaten that 34.33 mark. Better qualifying times than I anticipated. Like I said, no one's really having issues so far. This track temperature should calm down a little bit as the race starts, and we'll see how the drivers adapt to that. We just wanted to bring up again tonight, guys, for you just tuning in on YouTube. This is the Dash for Cash. We got Frankie Barroso, Drew Drua, Brandon Six, and Matthew Fleming in that Dash for Cash for real cash. And also wanted to say, hey, if you see that red banner, those are the guys that are in the battle for the money. A couple minutes left here in qualifying. I think we're actually just wrapped up, and we are about to grid. So, guys, stay tuned with us just a little bit longer, and we'll get this race going. Brandon, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun to see these guys this race unfold tonight.
Yes, absolutely. I am excited. I mean, I I literally am just sitting over here. I keep looking at the temperature and keep asking it to keep going up and up and up because I want to see the best of the best out here, man. I want to see these guys put it out on the line and go for it. And I want to see the different strategies and stuff like that. And I want to be able to see who is able to be able to drive fast at 141 track temp now. I mean, this is mind-boggling how hot this track is. But like you said, it is St. Louis, and it is hot in here, and it's definitely hot there too.
It is hot in here. Qualifying is wrapping up. Man, it's gonna be fun to see how these guys control the throttle in and out of the turns. I hope we don't see as much chaos as we saw on Tuesday. I don't think that will be the case. If it is, they should figure it out. They'll pull together. These are the Cup drivers. We got big names out here. We also got newcomers and rookies. Don't count anybody out on this race here at Gateway. And man, we're about to go racing here. And we are actually going to go to a commercial break, guys. We'll be right back.
Hello. On behalf of Wheels America, I would like to thank you for joining us here on the Wheels America Racing Network on YouTube. And with that being said, let's get these playoffs started. Drivers, start your engines.
All right, we are back. That was the command. I apologize about that. As it sits when they're on the grid, I'm going to go through the top 10, and Brandon's going to go through the bottom of the 10 of the top 20. In the one spot, we got Ryan Dunkelberg. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Let me scroll up. I apologize. Brandon 6 in the 66 at grid 1, followed by Andrew Phipps in 2 spot. We followed up by Ryan Dunkelberger and Mark Whitley. That's the 3 and 4. John Wright up there with a 34.4, and Brandon Fetterplace in 6. Frankie Barrosa, Nick Silver, 7-8, and we got Brian Tagg and Matt Fleming in 9 and 10.
Yeah, and then we got Drew, our Dash Cash driver, is sitting in P11. Jesse Nikula in P12. Ryan Pasoko, P13. Joshua Sobel, P14. Joshua Tetro, P15. Mitch Diamond, P16. Landry Money, sorry, I probably pronounced that incorrectly. P17. Brandon Sheldon, P18. Josh Larson, sorry, P19. And Matt Smith rounding out your P20.
Oh, man. They are on the track. We are at Gateway, brought to you by Harpoon Design in the Wheels America Cup Series. We're going to go green here shortly. The first couple laps, Brandon, are going to be interesting. I think that's going to give us an idea how this is going to play out tonight.
Yeah, with this track temp, I know I've said it a whole lot as we've gone up an additional degree. We're at 142. These guys are gonna really just have to take their time. They're gonna have to basically, mind their P's and Q's, be kind to each other, be nice, and not, push somebody into the corner or door banging and turn one lap one. These guys are just kind of gotta get into a groove. They gotta get into their comfy little space and just ride. Once the tires kind of start heating up, then go for it. I'm pretty sure 99% of the drivers are not listening to me as I tell them this, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exact opposite. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see an amazing race. Like I said, the track temp is now 142 degrees. We're going to see some slipping and sliding. We're going to see some amazing car control. And these boys are about to put on a great show tonight.
I think it will be a fantastic show. Pace car still on there. Brandon 6 and Andrew Phipps there, 1 and 2 spot. Followed by Ryan and Mark, man. We're talking a lot of marks. And caution cars off. They are about to go green. Mark Whitley in that 4 spot, a car to watch out for. And we have a green flag here at Gateway. That's the finish line there. Pretty smooth so far. Yeah, pretty smooth. Brandon pulling away a little bit. Andrew and Ryan chasing him down.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. These guys are out here, they're giving space. They're not crowding too much or anything like that. So, that's good to see.
Good to see up front here. There's a little bit of action in mid in the back. A couple of guys battling early, trying to get that position. So far, so good. No cautions. Everyone's kind of giving their space and kind of getting used to this track right now. We love to see it.
These boys are, they're just getting comfortable from what it looks like. As we see, looks like some cars are, oh, nope, looks like they got back in line, but looks like these guys are just trying to just shake down the car, let the tire temps come up, and then they'll probably start really pushing to try and start passing people. But, these boys, like I said, it's a hot track out there, so they're going to have to take their time. They can get up there.
3 laps down. Mark Whitley making moves quick. He's sitting at the P2. Brandon 6 and Andrew Phipps up there in the top 3.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, these guys are really taking their time, and they're just. I think that the hot temp is really kind of taught these guys, like, hey, like I've kind of got to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, and like we talked about, Brandon, we thought we saw a different outcome early, and we're wrong again. We're 4 laps in, and they're driving super smooth. It looks like they didn't have any issues in practice or qualifying. Man, this is good to see early on.
Yeah, don't Emery, don't jinx it, man.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I'll try not to jinx it. We're okay.
Yeah, these guys are doing really good. It'd be interesting to see, how these guys start driving, when they get about 10 laps in. Like I said, it's still early. Like I said, the majority of the drivers are just trying to get comfortable and just trying to get a handle of what the car is doing and what the car wants. And then, once you kind of do that and kind of, figure out, how can I, race without self-spinning, or how can I, get off the corner without spinning the tires. Once these guys get comfortable and get an understanding, I think we're going to see a little bit more aggressive driving by the guys. But for right now, they're minding their P's and Q's.
As you see a couple guys side by side, on this track, do you want to be on that inside most of the time, or do you want to work that outside lane? I guess it's whatever you feel comfortable with going into those corners. Where do you think you raced on Tuesday? Where do you think you want to be on this track today? You want to be on the outside or inside?
If I can, I would probably rather be on the inside. And the reason behind that is that allows me to not heat up my right side tires, my right rear tire mainly. If I can avoid from heating up that right rear, I can actually save myself from basically getting loose off the corner or just getting the tire too hot and then struggling to move forward. So if you stay on the bottom, it puts a little bit more heat on the right front for the most part, as these guys are they're trying to get a little bit more aggressive now. But yeah, I mean, if you can keep it on the bottom, that just allows you to save the tires just a little bit more. The high line or the middle lane is probably a little bit faster on the short run, but as the run goes on, it's gonna probably be the bottom. It's gonna probably be where you want to be.
Yeah, Thomas Meeks in the 55 as we're on board watching him. Beautiful paint scheme.
Somebody's in the wall.
Someone's in the wall in the back. Caution so far, 8 laps down. We are still green here at Gateway. 55, Thomas Meeks sitting there in P24, I believe, at this point. Trying to work his way up there.
So it looks like that was the 78 who actually tagged the wall a little bit there on the straightaway. It's early, so it's get that fixed a little bit and should be able to continue on. But definitely want to try and stay off the wall there, especially early in the run. You don't want to end your day too soon, so just want to kind of get back into a rhythm and try to continue on.
Yeah, give credit to these guys out here. No cautions. 9 laps of green racing. Tuesday, you saw a lot of cautions, so they were really bunched up. Right now, you're starting to see it spread out. And if you're coming from the trucks, you might not have been expecting something like that. But here tonight in the Cup cars, they're spreading it out. They are really making some moves and driving safe and clean, giving each other space. I love to see that. Brandon Six and Mark Whitley and Ryan, that brings up your top 3 still. Nothing's changed up top there. Andrew Phipps, Brandon Fetterplace, and Nick Silver in the P6. A couple of guys we haven't talked about a whole lot. Jeff Tetro, he's P13 right now. Mitch Diamond, P15. And then one named Brandon Shelton. He's in the 18th spot right now. I would imagine he's going to make some moves quick.
Looks like we got one spinning in the background. We could go to number 28. I think I just saw a clip of him spinning.
Caution has not came out yet. It's still green.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. Oh, that was a little aggressive.
Kept it pretty good for going in the grass like that, not coming back into the track. And does he touch the wall? Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little kiss.
Hey, he saved it enough so that way he can he still lives live to tell another story. Live to tell another day. Whatever.
Live to tell another day. Yes. Is the heat getting to you, Brandon? Are we okay?
No, I'm not okay. It's 144 degrees out here.
The heat's getting to me too. We got 12 laps, and stage 1's going to end at 30. So if you guys see that caution come out, stage 1 has ended. For you guys again just joining, the 4 drivers in this Dash for Cash tonight is Frankie Barroso, Drew Jua, Brandon Six, and Matthew Fleming. These guys want to battle and win that, but these other guys, they want to win stage points. They want to get their points in as soon as they can, then obviously win this race. As we see now, looks like Nick Silver making a move. He's in the P5.
And actually, if Nick Silver actually is just coming back, he was actually running the Truck Series only, and decided that made some team changes, and he is now back full time to run for another championship. He ran last season, was in the Final 4. Came up a little short, but I think he's going to be hungry to definitely try it again.
Not a driver you want to count out of the race, because you will see him up there. Nice paint job. A little blue and yellow there. Good look here, Gateway.
Oh, blue and neon yellow.
Neon yellow, yeah. See, the heat's getting to me. Couldn't see clearly there.
Yeah, some of these boys are this is some good racing right now. Some of the guys, they're kind of mindful of what's going on, and I think that's what's important. These guys realize how hot it is, and they're realizing that, hey, like, I need to save my car. I need to be there at the end. I need to be able to have a chance at the end, and that's all these boys want. They just want the chance to go out there and win a race. But you're not going to go out there and win a race if your car is destroyed or if your car is wrecked. So that's mainly what it's about, man. You just gotta be there at the end for sure.
Be there at the end, and when we talked to the drivers before in practice, that's what they were saying. They just want to make sure that their car's healthy, so that they can be at the end and try to get the win. A lot of guys felt uncomfortable. It seemed like they were kind of not sure of the car, not knowing how it's going to go. And I'm just shocked. 16 laps down, and we have clean racing, no cautions. Everyone seems like they've gotten a groove and really figured it out early here at Gateway with the temperature of the track. It's a testament to these guys out here doing what they're doing.
Yeah, that for sure. This is, for me, it just tells me how amazing and how great of a driver some of these guys are. As they're, adapting. And that's what you have to do. You got to be able to adapt to the weather. You got to be able to adapt to the track conditions. And just, as the run goes on, you try different lines. You try different throttle inputs and braking inputs. So it's just a matter of just basically figuring it out. Nobody's going to really know beforehand. You can kind of have an idea of what to expect, but everything changes once the race starts. You're racing around other drivers, and they have different driving abilities and what they can and can't do. So, right now, I think, we're showing a lot of give and take, which is great. Right now, and these guys are, like I said, just trying to get into a groove. And, once stage one ends, I think we're going to see it turn up a little bit, which is stage one's about to end here shortly. We're coming across it pretty quickly.
We are coming across it quickly, and it's great that you brought that up, because the stage areas, the stage one, the stage two, the caution comes out and they all regroup and it's a restart. That could completely change what we're seeing in stage one to that stage two, right? So it changes up the game. That's what it makes it exciting about these different stages, because when that restart happens, close, you're bunched up, and the driving can change a ton, and we got a guy way loose there.
Oh,
into
no.
the wall.
Oh, man.
Hard hit there.
Oh,
Looks like he just got a little loose on his own.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be a broken toe for sure. He looks like he's just trying to, well, or maybe not. I mean, he's still got some speed.
Maybe not. That's a 65 Mitch Diamond.
See if we can go back and see what happened here. It looks like it's just the typical case of just coming off the corner and it's just, you're trying to save it. Yeah, coming off the corner, trying to save it, got back on the throttle, and the car just hooked hard to the wall.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's gonna have to take it to the pits, and that's what we were just talking about in practice. Is we saw a lot of guys doing it. But right now it seemed like it's been pretty clean. Is he still out? He's going to pits. Am I correct?
No, I haven't seen him. It looks like he's still out there, which is maybe he's banking for. He might be banking for a caution to see if it comes out before it goes down. If he goes down pit road, he's going to be multiple laps. He's going to go down some laps. So I think if he can probably hold on to it, which is probably what he's tried to do. Him and the 78 are very, very close, side by side coming off that corner. If he can manage it, no, look like he's gonna come down now.
Yeah, as you said, he's gonna pull that car into the pits. We in this stage.
No!
Whoa, no, gonna get loose.
He tagged the grass.
Unfortunate. That is gonna bring out our first caution in stage one. 22 laps down.
Oh, there's cars still coming on the track.
Wild. It sounds like he's having issues with the car, and he just couldn't slow it down and got out of control there. I thought that was going to be the case with that much damage to that right front.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had a broken toe, but it does not look like he has a broken toe since he was able to continue. But, as I stated before, I think he was just trying to stay out and hope for a caution. I don't think he wanted to be the caution though.
I think you're right. You know, it's funny. I didn't do it this time. I didn't talk about the caution, but you know who did? Chat did it
Chat
on
called
YouTube.
it.
Yep, chat called it. I've watched it there, and we'll go back and review that. But that was the curse on chat. Right now, he is pulling into the pits to get that car fixed. Man.
We have to see if we can go back and see exactly what happened. But for me, it looked like he just tagged the grass maybe a tad, and it just it caught and just turned it around. But we'll have to see if we can get a replay up once we get everything settled down.
Yeah, they're going to go back and look at that. I'd like to see it as well. You may be right. Looks like he kind of touched the grass and got loose there. I thought I heard some chatter that he was just having issues controlling that car. But we'll get another look and see exactly what happened as we're seeing a replay right now. In fact, we're on board here, Diamond.
And it looks like he's trying to slow down.
Does?
Yeah, yeah, looks like he touched the grass. Track is hot. Tires are hot. It's oh man. It's got to be just a tad embarrassing. But
yeah, a little bit. Well, we're just glad he didn't take anybody else out as he backs up, almost hits the guy behind him, and then one car in front gets by.
That was a close one too. I don't know who was that.
Have been a lot worse there. Did we get another view of the cars coming through and almost connecting with them? Because that'd be an interesting take on one of those guys. But we're trying to figure out who
that was
real quick.
Way back.
Was it? Let's see.
Who that is? Should be coming up here.
Yeah,
it looks like the 29.
Yep.
Okay.
39. Is that 39?
Oh yeah. Okay. So 39. Sorry, we said 29.
Yep.
Maybe it wasn't the 39. We're in
No.
shambles, fella.
We are in
ladies and gentlemen.
shambles.
Okay. All right. Chris Vanderplas. Okay, we got it together. Sorry, folks. It was 21. Great move to avoid him, but whew, was that close?
See him rolling in.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Goodness.
As you see the smoke behind those tires as Mitch is taking off, and you see Vanderplas, that has to scare you a little bit. There's no need for that. Man.
And he got to change his shorts for that one.
yeah, he was still hauling, trying to catch the groove. I don't think he realized that car may have been still on the track. Well, 25 laps down, and we're under caution. This stage is going to end at 30.
Yeah, and looks like I think there's quite a bit of people who stayed out. I don't think these guys pitted.
Yeah, a couple of these guys right now choosing. Looks like Brandon's going to take that top.
So it looks like the first person to come down was Mark Whitley, the 7 car, and I know he was P2. Let's see where he is now. And let's see, where is he now? We gotta find him. Oh my goodness. All the way back here in 29th. Wow. Well, he's not gonna get any stage points, but obviously he has a strategy. And that strategy is probably to leapfrog when they pit. He's gonna stay out. So, interesting strategy, but we'll see.
Yeah, see if it pays off for him. Interesting move again by Mark. Pitting early. Maybe he didn't like the car and make some changes. But pace car is going to come off right now. And we are going to go green again here at Gateway. Brandon Six and Ryan Dunkelberger. The 1 and 2 spot, Nick Silver and Andrew Phipps right behind. And the green flag does come out, and we are underway at Gateway.
Oh, big
Spinning in
jump.
the back. Does it look
Oh,
like
there's-
they save it?
No,
they got a
there's
big check up
I
here.
reckon we're still green though.
Well, the caution flag needs to come out.
Oh,
There
there
it
we go.
is.
Oh, that was the one thing I was worried about. These guys restarting on these old tires. It's very, very hot, and it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, and that's something we haven't seen. We haven't seen restarts, so these guys maybe kind of testing it, maybe pushing
yeah,
a little
that-
too hard
ooh.
on these restarts. Big checkups.
Oh man.
In my eyes, it could have been a lot worse than that. We got one car that got some contact.
Yeah.
Not bad to avoid that, really. We've had these issues. We've had issues with restarts in the last couple races. More damaging this week, though, because the tires are too hot. You want to get position. You want to take off. You want to get the best jump you can, and this will happen, Brandon. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to tell your brain, no, slow it, be easy, throttle control. But once you see that green flag, you want to take off.
Yeah. So look how we're gonna ride with Tito here. See. Oh. Yeah. I've seen it before so many times. You know, you're on old tires, and you like you said, you see the green, you gas it, and you go. And those tires are like, no, I'm not hooking up today. And it's just a little bit of movement. It wasn't even that much, but it's just enough for him to clip the car that was beside him, and unfortunately get turned around. So it happens. It does. It happens. But you know, that's part of racing. So you know, these guys are go ahead and get their car fixed as best they can. Try to get back out there, and it looks like this is going to end the stage. Yes, this is going to be the end of stage 1. So these boys are going to go get some fresh tires, fuel, reset, and see if we can get another restart in.
Yeah, good action early on. Good driving. We just kind of had a hiccup at the end. Like you said, that's going to bring stage 1 to an end at that 30 lap mark. We come back though, we're going to get that stage 2, and then we'll go till 95. So they got a lot of racing left here. They're going to reset and adjust what's going on. But I believe Brandon Six and Nick Silver in the 1 and 2 still pulling strong. And, we want to get? Do we want to get our stage 1 winner in here real quick?
Yeah, let's see if we can grab him.
All right, Brandon, pull him in here if you can.
See if we can get him down. Give me just a minute.
Gonna be Josh or Brandon? Yeah, we got Brandon coming in.
Brandon Six, you got me?
I do. How's it going, fellas?
We're doing pretty well. I know it's hot and steamy down there, man. 140. Well, it's down to 142. It peaked at 145 degrees. Pretty hot and slick out there, man. How's the race going? Congratulations on your stage 1 as well. I'm sorry. How's the race going?
Thank you. So, I mean, so far so good. Just biding my time, just running hard enough to keep the tires on it, and trying to stay in front of the competition because I know it's gonna be hard to pass if I get too far back. So, I got a little bit of work to do here. I got to pass Larson, and I still got to deal with Whitley, who's I know pretty quick on the short run. He fell off there at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what was your, and I know you're choosing to choose, so I'll let you do that. Or it look like you already chose it. You know, so what's your plan, you know, for this stage? You know, this stage goes all the way to, sorry, I don't have my notes, 95. So this one's pretty long. So more than likely, you guys are gonna possibly have to pit. You know, do you change it up since the first stage was so short?
Actually, not really, because I mean, if we stay green, I think we have to run it all the way out anyway. Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be pretty close just to make it on one stop. So.
Gotcha. I'm not gonna hold you anymore because you guys are about to restart. So good luck the rest of the race, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, and that was Brandon Six, our stage 1 winner. Congratulations to him, putting points on the board, and also a Dash for Cash contendant. Something like that. This heat's getting to me again. These guys got all fresh tires, and we're gonna get restarted. This will be interesting, Brandon, because they're going to be pushing a little bit harder, I think, in stage 2. It happens all the time.
Yeah, for sure. As we are
Man.
green, these boys are about to start getting it. Let's see what they can do. So clean so far. Oh, they're 3 wide back in the pack.
Wide and keeping it clean. Side by side here. Got one guy spinning here. A big hit in the front. Someone got loose. And that's going to cause a big wreck here. Unfortunate. Jonathan Wright. Looks like he's getting spun by the 99. Brian. Big hit here. Multiple cars. I think Michael Lanfear's involved. I think that's just a situation where they were getting through a few laps and trying to get those tires figured out. Got loose.
Yeah, that's going to be back to what I was saying before at the beginning of the race. You know, it's every driver has their own agenda. You know, as we're going to ride with Lanfear here, you know, every driver has their own agendas. You know, so when they're starting the race or starting to restart, you know, some guys are going to be pushing it, some guys aren't, and I think that it was just a matter of some guys weren't, as you can see, it did nowhere to go, just ran straight into him. But you know, it's. You're right, Emery. These boys are about to turn it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. Well, that may slow them down and figure it out that, hey, I got fresh tires, but this track's still hot, and they need to stay calm. It's a long race. We're only 34 laps in, and we got a long ways to go here at St. Louis. And this is a regroup. They're going to get it together. They're going to figure it out, and I think that will calm the nerves. We hope to see it. Nothing's changed up front here. We got Josh Larson in the 51, actually, in the grid 1, and Brandon Six in 2nd. Mark Whitley still in 3rd in that 7 car. Nick Silver in 4th. Names haven't changed a whole lot, but there will be some change in the back with that caution in the wreck. Multiple cars involved. Hopefully they don't have to go to the pits, but I would doubt that.
Yeah, absolutely. But so it looks like what we're going to do, folks, is since we're pacing again, we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back with you guys.
We are back again here at Gateway. Caution just unfolded, and we're going to try to go green again here tonight, or today, I apologize. Just want to give a big shout out to you guys at home watching on YouTube. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys being here. A lot of folks chatting in the chat. We love to see that. Brandon, what do you think on this restart? Do you think they're going to calm down a little bit, or same action?
I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air right now. I mean, I think right now they've got to kind of get back to where they were last stage. You know, if they want to get some good green. And the pace cars pulled in, so we're gonna go ahead and watch as they try to attempt to take the green. That's going to be the green there. Looks like it's everybody's clean. Good restart, brothers, boys.
Good restart indeed. Better restart by Brandon as he takes inside pass. I believe that's going to put him in the P1 going strong on the backstretch. Josh Larson, Mark Whitley chasing. Nick Silver in that 9 car. On the move. Another
back on
yellow
the
out.
caution. Oh, big race
Same
again.
spot. Same spot.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened. Looks like with the 16 is what I'm hearing. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had to back that up a little bit. I wasn't able to really see what exactly even happened. It just looked like they came together and then they both hit the wall at the same time.
Looks like that was that the 16?
Yeah, it looked like
Edward
the
Marshall.
Yeah.
As we're on board, yeah, we'll take a look here. Just gets into him.
Okay. Yeah, it's tight racing, man. I mean, unless somebody had somebody on the outside of him, I don't think so.
If we back it up and maybe get a top view, that'd be a good shot there. Kind of give us a good idea of what happened going in this last turn. We're on board with the 11. Kenny Real just comes down.
Yeah, I think he wasn't probably expecting the 16 to possibly get the run, and was kind of turning down. Not sure why you were turning down there though, but I mean, unfortunately, either way, I mean, you got 2 wrecked cars. 111 car doesn't seem to have that much damage, but the 16 probably has quite a few more damage there. So it's gonna have, yeah, you definitely see that. Looks like you can see the tire poking out just a little bit, so gonna have to get that fixed, man. And you know, try to manage it and see if we can get back out there.
Yeah, that's racing. Bad damage to that one car there. It's tough to see. Gonna have to get that fixed. We trying to begin stage 2. It's been a little rough, but we got 40 laps down in stage 2. Back of that field is trying to figure it out, and that second lap trying to get those tires heated up. And
yeah, so I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, like I said before, you know, at the beginning, these guys gotta calm down. These gotta, you know, they've just got to get back into the pace that they had before. When they started the race, you know, and mind you, the traction was a lot hotter. You know, it was 145. We were just down that last restart. We were just down to, I believe, like 142. You know, so the track temp, you know, it's still hot, but it's coming down, so it's giving a little bit more grip into the track. So I think some of these guys are maybe noticing that, and it's like, oh, okay, I could push it a little bit harder, you know, but we can't lose sight on, you know, what we need to do. I mean, of course, for everybody's is to get there to the end, or at least get to the last stage. So, you know, these guys are just trying to figure it out. I'm pretty sure they'll figure it out this next day, or this next run, and hopefully we can get back to some good green racing, because that first stage was fun.
I agree. And we talked about this before. It's frustrating for the guys up front. They're trying to get these good jumps. They're trying to get in the rhythm, but when the cautions continue to come out, it can kind of throw you off your game. And in that case, you get a bad jump, and you may see yourself sitting in second, third, and you're not just on top of it. This might be happening because this is the second caution in stage 2 back to back. That's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah, it is. If you're the leader, you're Brandon Six or Josh Larson, Nick Silver, Mark Whitley, and Dunkelberger sitting in the top 5. You just wanted to go green. It's frustrating to restart, have a great restart like Brandon Six just did, make the pass, and then the caution comes out. Every time you restart, you're putting heat cycles on these tires. So the heat cycles are basically gonna hurt you on the long run. You're basically putting wear and tear on your tires. So that goodie and that grip that you're wanting or that you're used to, it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone a lot sooner. And these boys have to go pretty far on this stage. So I don't know, as far as, does that change the strategy? Maybe they come down and maybe some guys stay out. If it does go green, and maybe some guys will pit a little bit earlier because of, the tire wear that's being put on the cars every cycle. So it'll be interesting. I think the strategy's definitely changed. It's a fluid situation, so we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see it unfold. And a couple guys here, Josh Larson, and starting in 19th, is now sitting second. That is great to see. And Joseph in the 39, he starts 22nd, now sitting 8th. Or sorry, yeah, 8th. Justin Sorrell started 24, now sitting 6th. Those guys, if they keep pushing, they're going to find themselves up there in the top 10, top 5. Good to see. Those are the names we're going to have to look out for, too, getting the win here at Gateway. As the pace car is going to come off the track. Brandon Six is going to take us across that finish line before we go green, and the green flag is out. 43 laps down here at stage 2. Brandon got a huge jump. Nick Silver, number 9, don't forget about him, in second now, making a push. Side by side in the back. And it looks like Brandon's really pulling away on this restart.
It looks like these boys are a little bit cleaner on this restart. I mean, they were clean the last one, but they're not as tight as they were before. Looks like there's still a little bit of pinching, but not as much.
Not as much as we go 2-1. Couple guys inside, very inside, side by side there. Clean racing, man. Love to see that. No cautions on this restart. I think they're figuring it out. We're on board there, the 34 car. Brandon Fetter place.
I think it's just a matter of, some of these guys are just realizing, like, hey, like, I if you're faster, go ahead. If I'm faster, please let me go. So, like I said, when that was a little tight there. These guys have got to mind their P's and Q's. Like I said, as tires goes on, it's going to get more and more slick. So these guys have got to play nice with each other.
Yeah, throttle control is key. We heard it from the drivers early on. 34 right there. But Brandon trying to make a pass. Looks like he's going to get by Josh Larson in the 51. That ghost car. I like that paint scheme.
Yeah. Have you ever tried the drink?
Well, I'm on the West Coast. I don't feel like I see those drinks as often as you guys. I could be wrong though. To answer your question, no. What are your reviews on it?
Not very good.
Well, the paint scheme is good. I like the look of it, but I've never tried it.
Paint scheme is fire. I mean, if you like Swedish fish, and you like that taste, then it's probably great. But that tasted like a bit of sugar to me.
I do like Swedish Fish.
Okay.
That is definitely in my area. I do like the Swedish Fish. So maybe I like the drink. I'll have to try it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. If you get a chance, try it out. They have I think it's Sour Patch and Swedish Fish, and they have another one, I believe. But I've only tried the Swedish Fish one. And I was like, no, I don't think I'll try that again. But like I said, that paint scheme is fire, so I give it, some good juju for the good paint scheme.
Absolutely. We got a couple of these cars out here that have awesome paint schemes that were just done. A big shout out to Harpoon Designs, because a few of these cars just got painted this week, and you're looking at some clean paint jobs. If we could pull on one, I believe, who was it? Frankie get a new paint job? There's a nice shot. There's a nice shot.
Oh, that's nice right there.
That's the
Clean.
business right there. Yeah.
Since we're on that, how about we take a look and see where our dash for cash drivers are? Oh, let's see. The first place we got Brandon 6. Let's see. Frankie Barroso is sitting P8. Jua is P17. Not having the best of day right now, but it could be a strategy. Could have had some things up his sleeve. And Matt Fleming sitting P19. I'm not gonna say they're out of it. They're we're not even halfway yet, so there's plenty of time, for them to get up there. I know Fleming said he wasn't the best, and he was just trying to, I would say, massage his way up there slowly but surely, and just try to stay out of trouble, which it looks like him and Drew are both attempting to try and do so. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them going to stage 3. They'll probably be up there starting to try and take that lead from Brandon 6 up there.
Absolutely. And let me shoot in real quick for our sponsors. Again, Wheels of America today, Admin Box, Slim Dogs, Units, Moving Portable Storage, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, check them out. And then also, we've been just talking about him, Harpoon Designs, man. Want your stuff painted, hit him up. He'll get you taken care of. 52 laps in now in stage 2. This stage will end at the 95 mark. They have definitely calmed down and figured it out. No cautions since our last one. And, good racing. Still, we got that name we keep telling, Brandon 6 into 66. He's gonna be the one for the dash for cash. It seems like he is the guy to beat right now.
Yeah, right now he's out there and he's putting down some solid laps. I mean, he's let me see if I can get that pulled back up here. His last couple of laps were 35.4, 30. Oh no, sorry, I got the wrong thing. Sorry. His last couple of laps were 35.4, 35.5, and 35.7. So, he's putting down some great laps. And if you look behind him, and Nick Silver, he's a little bit slower at a 35.4, 35.6, 35.8. So, these guys, P1, P2. Oh, and we've got a caution on track.
Someone got into wall. I heard it. It was a big hit. What do we got here?
Ooh.
Big tag there, 55.
Man. I think that's a matter of one car checking up. Yeah, it looks like it's the 78. So Julio, let's see if we can route Julio here. See if we can. Well, I don't know what to say on that one. Yeah, I mean that looks like it looks like he wasn't expecting the checkup. I mean he's right there, so more than likely he's not expecting Meeks who was right in front. He wasn't expecting Meeks to check up there. possibly as soon as he did, and then he tried to shoot down low, and then the car at the 74, I believe, was there, and yeah, that sucks for them too. Kind of get collected like that.
I might have caused that one because it wasn't too long ago when I said we were caution free. I do apologize. That's the broadcaster.
Come on.
So, well, it happens, and we are under caution again. 50 laps now. Back in the pack, we've seen a lot of passing, and this is what we're running into. We're running into guys trying to make their moves, trying to get up there and make their way through, but getting caught up in some wrecks. Still, Matt. Let's see, 82. Is that correct? Is he? He started grid 30th, and he's in third now. Matt
Yeah, I think. Yeah, some of those guys actually pitted up front.
Okay.
Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Alplinger is actually P2, and looks like the first car on fresh tires is either Mark Whitley or. Yep. So Mark Whitley is going to be the first one on fresh tires, and he is currently P7. So not that many cars stayed out. Actually, I'm actually surprised as many cars did, with just how hot the track is. But they have their own strategy, and they're going to try and make that work. As you know, we checked the track temp here. Track temp still 145. It's hot out there. And I'm so glad I'm not out there.
It is still hot. Yes. You know, one of these maybe they're thinking that there was just so much track time or so much time on the track under caution that they don't want to go in the pits. They want to stay out. They think their tires are good. That's okay. But Brandon, if you're in this position, did you think you would have pitted in that situation, or would you have stayed out?
Honestly, it really depends on the circumstances. You know, right now, unfortunately, I don't know what the fuel is and how many laps. I guess I would have to go back and see how many laps they ran. I mean, being that stage 2 ends at lap 95 and they are on lap 56, that's still a long way to go. And probably what you will do is you will probably not pit again. So thinking of it like that, yes, I would have came in, I would have taken the tires, and I got what I got. Because at least at the end, stage 3, at least that leaves you with 2 sets of tires. So that's probably about what I would have definitely pitted and went with that strategy.
Sure. And this may be, if we got time, let's bring this up. We do it every race. I'm gonna pick my guy. I'm gonna go with the number 82, Matt. He started grid 30th, and now he's sitting third. That will be my guy circled on a piece of paper tonight. Hopefully he can get the win. We may go green here. Brandon, who is your guy you're thinking?
Man, you always put me on the spot, and I literally had no idea. I mean, honestly, I was actually kind of hoping for Fleming. I honestly, I really just like his paint scheme. His paint scheme is fire tonight, man. I'm going with Matt Fleming. Matt Fleming. When we get going, we're gonna talk to AJ. I want to hear his shot. But look like the pace car is off, and looks like they are coming to the restart zone. And we are green, and Dunkelberger is gonna lead them to turn 1.
Couple new
Great
names
start
up
by him,
front
though.
here. Absolutely.
It's actually pretty good for old tires. Wow, look at that pack behind. It's like a bunch of bees.
Been battling back there.
Oh,
Almost
racing
pushed
hard,
it 3
3
wide. Mark Whitley in the mix there.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Guess he gotta hold on,
right
man.
there.
You just gotta hold on. 3 wide front. Oh. Oh man, this is crazy.
We'll check up their hit.
Car's getting loose.
And you don't see 3 wide at Gateway very often, but we literally just saw 3 wide going around the complete corner. As we see it again, we're almost 4 wide. Unbelievable, but they are staying together, keeping it clean, no cautions, and I almost said it, and now the caution comes out. No way. Looks like it's going to be, I believe it's Matt Smith.
Yeah, look at the 54, Matt Smith. Possibly drove it in there a little hard. You have to see. Let's see what we can figure out here. Check up, looks like, and got tagged.
Yeah.
Did he hit anybody? Oh. No. That's pretty clean for wrecking in front of the field.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about a checkup. If you're the guy in the back, that's where you don't want to be, because that's typically what's going to happen. You're going to hit the car and spin out. Those checkups can be brutal, as we saw right here.
And what's gonna probably really suck is the fact that the 54 just came in there for tires. He just burnt a set of tires. So now the question is, do you come in and put another set of tires on, or do you stay out? Which personally, you're gonna have to stay out, man. You're gonna have to make those tire lasts, and it's gonna suck. 'Cause your tires are gonna have even more wear compared to everybody else around you. But you're just gonna have to make that work. It sucks, but you can't run through your tires and be gone.
No, and that's just a commitment. Once you make that commitment, I think you got to stay with it. Some of these guys, I think they can make some changes though, and maybe get some tires on another caution and see how this unfolds. We do have a few laps left. This stage ends at 95, and then we finish at 125. So there's a lot of racing involved here, but interesting to see so far how these guys have played out the cautions. Stage 2, we talked about it, Brandon. A little more aggressive. I don't know if they're giving each other more room as they did in stage 1. So it's interesting to see here.
They're not, and I agree. The aggressiveness has gone up, but I think it's gone up because now these boys kind of know, like, okay, well, we know what we got now. We know how hard we can push it. And as you can see, with them going 3 wide and the one time we have 4 wide, that tells me right there, these guys got confidence in the car now. They know what they have. They know what the car is going to do if they step over, so they're ready. They're ready to go now. The problem is not everybody's on that same page. So you're going to have, your comers and goers. You're going to have your guys who are still trying to save their tires, and then then you have, for example, the guy, it's Ryan Dunkelberger. He hasn't pitted. He's still leading. So he's going to try and more than likely make it all the way out, to the end of the stage. So that'll be interesting if he can make it on fuel as well. So there's a couple things we can look at, but we'll see. But we were in the middle of picking drivers. I picked the 88 of Matt Fleming. Emery, you picked... Dang it. You picked... Who did you pick again? I forgot already.
AJ, what is your pick again?
What's my pick again? We're trying to figure out yours right now.
You're trying to figure out you, Emery.
I know. Well, the whole field switched it up here, and I apologize because I had them circled here. 1 second. I'll find it. AJ, what do you got?
Well, I think I'm going to go with an easy one here. He's been very consistent within that top 5. Now currently taking the outside, being the control car. That's the 26 of Ryan Dunkelberger. Those last couple restarts, he's been on fire, and he's been consistent in that top 5. So look to see him still be within that top 5 and challenge for this win later on.
Interesting pick. Even though he's on the different strategy compared to the competition, you still stick with Dunkelberger, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think he is saving his tires to the point where he's going to be the only one with them at the end of this race.
Okay. I like the strategy. I like the call.
That's
going to be interesting.
My pick was Matt in 82, and he he was in grid 30th. He got all the way up there. I think he was sitting second now. He's dropped back down, and I think that's just a situation with the pit scheme. I hope to see him back up there. That's my guy. That's who I circled, so I'm sticking with him. Good luck.
All right, so we're coming back green here. Pace car is off. We are back to green, and Ryan's going to go ahead and lead these boys off into turn 1. And, oh, we're going 3 wide already. Okay, these boys are ready.
Yeah, they're giving it all in stage 2 here. A lot of 3 wide at Gateway. Interesting, to say the least. Mark Whitley there in the 7.
Do we have a battle for the lead? Is that a battle for the lead? I can't see. Yes, it is. Battle for the lead. Nick Silver is going to go ahead and attempt to pass Dunkelberger, and he actually passes him with ease, along with the 66. So now the 66 is going to try and chase down the 9 of Nick Silver and see if he can make the pass.
Tides have turned. Nick Silver out front there in the 9 car now. Brandon 6 chasing him down.
And the question is going to be whether Dunkelberger can really hold on to, within the top 10. I mean, if he can, I mean, it would be great to kind of still get some stage points, but man, he's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, and another guy in the Dash for Cash that we really haven't talked about a whole lot that's sneaking his way up there, and that's Frankie. Frankie in the 12. He is now sitting P4, I believe.
And looks like Brandon Sticks said, I've had enough. I'm going back to the lead, and I'm walking away from the field. So, we've talked about Brandon Sticks all season. I mean, he's been fast, and I know it's going to be hard to beat him. If Frankie gets up there, I think Frankie's going to really show what he can do as well, along with Nick Silver. And Mark Whitley. I mean, I think we really haven't seen him really put everything on the line, so I think he still has a chance as well. So a lot of the fast guys are coming to the top. We're going to start really seeing what they can do here soon.
Yeah, these guys up front, they really are feeling comfortable in the car. It's a testament. The guys in the back, they're pulling away. Brandon and Nick, they are pulling away right now from that pack.
Yeah, I think and again, like I said before, they're teammates. I mean, they're communicating with each other and telling each other, what they're feeling out of each car, each other's cars, and probably just giving the feedback enough to just be like, hey, like, this is the line I'm running, this is how much throttle I'm putting, et cetera, et cetera. If we run this pace, we should be fine. But at the end, at basic, what you need to do is not burn up your tires in the first 5 to 10 laps. If you can do that, then you could probably hold that gap pretty good. So as you can see, some slicing and dicing back here in the field with the 34, and I believe it's a 27. Yes, 27. So better place, and I think that's Sorrell. I believe that's who that is in the 27. Justin Sorrell. Yes. Sorry, folks. I'm getting used to the names. I'm trying to remember them off the memory. So, but yeah, so some good racing by them two right there.
Yeah, this is the racing we saw in stage 1. That's the single file, not pushing 3 wide in these corners. This is kind of what we saw unfold in stage 1, and in the early stage 2, we kind of had some issues, a couple restarts, a few cautions. But now at the end of this stage, we're gonna be done at 95 laps. But it looks good. This is clean racing so far right now. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what these guys need. It's usually actually what happens after they pit. They get fresh tires. The majority of the field gets fresh tires. It goes green for a little while. Oh, we see one there in the grass. I thought I saw. Don't know who that was. Looked like they saved it. Maybe the 21, and maybe who that was. I couldn't really see. I just saw just a very clip. So yeah, it looked like. See if we can go back and look at that.
Get into the grass quite a bit.
Figure out what happened. Yeah, too much brakes. Too much brakes.
Too much brake. Yeah.
Hey, but heck of a save, man. I mean, he's gonna lose maybe 1 spot, if not back to where he was. So,
Tell you what, if you're on any track and you touch that grass, it is like ice. I give him credit because that was a good save.
Oh yeah, it looked like we got Dunkelberger decided to come in. He's gonna go ahead and take these tires off, put fresh ones on, fill it up, and go to the stage. stage ends. So interesting. Interesting strategy.
Seems a little early to me in this point of the stage.
Yeah, but see, if the strategy is what I'm thinking is he split the stage, well, not literally in half, but for the most part, he was attempting to try and split it in half. Um, I don't agree with making that move. I would actually just would stay down and save my tires. But at the same time, I kind of understand as well because after the stage 2 end, it's only going to be about 25 laps, give or take, to go back green. So it's going to be a mad dash to try and get up there and get the win. There's going to be some beating and banging at that point. So maybe that's the strategy, to kind of go up there, try to make up as many spots as you can. And try to see where things shake out. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, it might be a good strategy. But man, that's gonna be tough to do.
Yeah, and speaking of dash, we got 2 drivers up there in the top 5, Brandon 6 and Frankie. They are battling tonight for that dash for cash. It's going to be fun to watch them battle it out. Right now, 74 laps down, we've got Brandon 6 in the 66, Nick Silver in the 9, Frankie in the 12, Mark Whitley and Andrew Phipps in the 25. Wrapping up your top 5 at this point in time. But a lot of race left, Brandon. We're going to see a lot of changes there, I think. Once these tires get caught up to the drivers of the cars, we'll see some different plays here.
For sure. And just really quickly, just to remind our folks watching on the YouTube, if you're looking at the ticker up top, you'll actually see the Dash for Cash guys. You'll actually see their names in a different color. So, if you're looking for your particular driver that's in the dash, just look for that different color, and that's more than likely it's one of the 4 drivers that is currently in the Dash for Cash. But to answer your question, yeah, I mean the races it's starting to come to these guys. Like I said before, I figured that it was coming to them before, but I think now these guys are really comfortable. They can kind of race around each other now, better than they could during practice. And I think it's just a matter of just putting down the laps and then trying to position yourself for stage 3. Because like I said, stage 3 is only going to probably be about 25 laps. And it's either going to be 25 laps of cautions or it's going to be 25 laps of green flag runs. So it's it's all about putting yourself in the right position to really go for it there at the end.
They will be battling for position. You're guarantee of that during that last stage. For the most part tonight, cautions have been subtle. A couple of guys driving in the corners a little too hard or coming out and spinning, but we had that one restart issue. Other than that, man, this has been great action here at Gateway. I can't ask for more because compared to the trucks on Tuesday, we didn't know what was going to happen tonight, Thursday, right? With these Cup guys, but. They're racing their hearts out, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys are as you see, the 7 looks like you got a little loose there. These guys are putting on a hell of a show. And that's what we expect, and that's honestly what we did kind of expect from the Cup guys. Like I said, we know this is the best of the best. This is the cream of the crop right here, right? The truck drivers are good as well. I mean, the truck races have put on also a hell of a show. The 3 out of the 4 races that I think it's 4 races, I could be wrong. Yeah, 3 out of the 4 races that we've done, we put on a great show there. So, it's just one track, and I think they kind of threw everybody for a loop, so it's just a matter of, that we'll figure it out for the next race. But for these boys, from the way how they were practicing, to the way how they look now, these guys look like they are completely different. It doesn't even look like the track temp is still 100, now up to 146. As I saw somebody in the background get loose again. Fortunately, I didn't see what car number that was, but I just saw the people scattering.
No caution.
But these boys are getting after it.
And as the race winds down here, one thing we got to bring up is in the last two races on Thursday, we've seen some mistakes in the pits. We've seen some guys cost them maybe the win, by making those mistakes in the pits. No one's done that yet, but we're not in the final stage, so we may see it coming up. Do you think that's going to be a factor, Brandon, in the final stage 3, where guys are having issues coming out of the pits or losing some spots or just not making the right call, changing tires, whatever it may look like? Do you think we'll see that in this race?
Yeah, sorry, as I'm seeing some cars kind of move around a lot more nowadays. Yes, for stage 3, it's game time. It's game move. You know, you go in there. You know, are you going to take 2? Are you going to take 4? Are you going to take less fuel? You know, what's the game plan? And whatever that game plan is, you got to hit it. You got to hit it right. Because if you don't, it's, you know, like I said, with 25 laps to go, it's going to be very, very difficult when you get back to the field as we're watching Ryan Dunkelberger try. And, I mean, he is freaking flying through this field and try to, and try to make up these laps. You know, he's getting close. He should be able to get this lap back. So this is going to be interesting. But yeah, stage 3 is critical. It's everything for these guys. So whatever your strategy is, you know, as we're getting close to the end of the stage, whatever your strategy is, you better make it good, and you better hit it on point. Because if you don't, the person behind you is going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and as we're looking on board there, Brandon 6 in the 66 in silver here now. Nick chasing him down. Good shot there going into the turn. Making a run, but look how far they're off the gas. We're in the corner. So they are really, their throttle control has got to be top notch tonight. Because if it's not, you're going to see guys spin like you saw in stage 1, late stage 1 and early stage 2.
Yeah. Fuel saving is is a unique
Yellow flag's out again.
Oh, looks like cars are still spinning in the back.
We can go back and look at this caution.
This changes everything.
Yep. Looks like 78 there. Julio's going to have some issues.
Yep, got loose, tried to save it. Ooh, got hit pretty good, though. Ooh!
That's what we haven't seen. That's what we haven't seen a whole lot tonight, where a guy's getting loose. Julio gets on the gas, gets off, gets spun, and then the big hits coming behind there. That's tough. I don't think he's going to make it back out on the racetrack after the 8 smashes him.
I'm not understanding this part. I need, before I say anything, I need to ride with the 8, because if the 8 saw this could have been avoided. So let's see what we do before
gas. Doesn't see it yet. Sees the spin.
He sees it.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah,
don't know where the spotters are at, but
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, these guys have got to figure that part out. You see it, like, just check up. There's no point of trying to figure out where the car is. If you just slow down, you know, the goal is to try and avoid it. You know, not try to play Russian roulette.
That could change. You know, it's like on a super speedway. You gotta gun yourself out of position and get out of harm's way. But here on these shorter tracks, I mean, you kind of want to put the brakes on so you don't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's as we wrote with Julio. I mean, you really got to see, you know, it just getting in the throttle a little too soon, spinning those tires there, and trying to save it there. And it looks like the lead has changed again.
That's the number 12.
Frankie
we
Barroso
were just talking about him early, Mr. Frankie. Kind of sitting in that 3 and 4 spot, and now look at him at the 1, followed by Drew. So now the dash for Cass has kind of changed. We got Frankie in the 1 spot, Drew in the second. Both guys are contenders for that cash tonight. You'll see that red banner again, chat. Man, Brandon, we can't predict anything, can we?
No, that's why I said when the caution came out, I said this is gonna change everything. So, let's do a quick check. Where are our picks that we had? I had Matt Fleming, and he is currently sitting P6.
That guy, he's in 30. I'm one lap down.
One lap down. Okay. But there's a possibility that he might have just tried to pit there. Yeah. He probably was trying to get some fuel. And then we got Ryan, who was a lap down, who is back on the lead lap and is P19. Okay, interesting. So let's see. Who has the fresh tires? Would that be Brandon 6? I believe so. Has the fresh tires.
Yeah, that's going to put him back there. He's going to have some fresh tires there. Absolutely.
So P12. Okay. So I'm trying to think, what is the strategy? Came down, pitted. We're going to have the stage ends in 95? Lap 95? So if the strategy is to do that, then the question is, are you done? Because you're not going to come back. I don't think you're going to come back down pit road again and take tires after you just took them. I think you're done. Well,
I think you're done too, but some of these guys, we've talked about this early, where if the caution comes out, what are you supposed to do? How are you going to play that out? Because, again, it's going to change the game for a lot of these drivers. You're looking at Joseph in the 39. He's now up there in 5th. Matt Fleming has been sitting there the whole time. And then you got, who do you got? Number 74? Jay?
Yeah.
He's sitting in 8th now. As the pace car's off, we're going to go green again. Here at Gateway, we are still in. We're still in stage 2.
Saved it. Heck of a save. Oh.
Guy caught loose on restart, but it sounds like he saved it, Brandon.
He saved that. Oh my goodness.
That will be a replay there we'd like to look at.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely have to go back to that. That's save of the year right there so far. Watch this, boys.
And so a little checkup, and then almost like a netcode too there for a second.
Very minimal damage. That is called damage control, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't look like to the car, the situation with damage control. Got another spinner. What was that?
You got some chaos going here at the end of stage 2. Coming up, 53 in the grass. Charlie. Charlie.
Looked like he was hard on the brakes. Gotta watch those brakes.
Just the second guy to do it. Just straight left.
But you know what? He kept it on the bottom. So
Absolutely.
Shout out to him for not overcorrecting and turning back in front of the field. So, it sucks that you lose all those spots, but man, he lived to tell another day, as you said earlier.
Yeah. 3 wide in the back again as we're looking at it now.
Looks like they were thinking about 4.
And they're going 3, and it's gonna get turned.
Caution.
This is the second or third time we've seen this tonight where they are trying to push it into the corner, going 3 wide, and one guy starts to get up top just a little bit and cause a caution here as this unfolds. A little off. Oh, damage in before the turn.
So it looks like they connected together, and 74 kind of shoots up a little bit, tags to 27.
Yep.
I mean, that's just hard racing. That's just hard racing right there. I mean, everybody knows, you're getting down to the end of the stage, trying to get the stage points. That might be the end of the stage. Frankie's on the apron. Uh-oh. Is he on the apron? Is he pitting?
He is coming. He's coming
the
in
end?
pit.
Oh, is that the end of the stage? Oh, that's the end of the stage, I believe.
I don't think so. We got more guys out there.
Let's see. See if we can find out really quickly.
It's going to end at 95. You might be right.
I mean, with that many cars, I would have to say that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Confirmation.
Confirmation. All right.
Confirmation.
It
Yes,
gets a
that
little
is the end of
tricky
the
trying to
stage.
do the math while a caution comes out and the stage ends at 95. But
Yeah. Well, the rule is that it has if it's within 5 of the stage, and they just go ahead and end it. So,
yep.
on that note, now that changes even more of the situation because I was stating that the strategy would be if the caution came out of the stage and with 95, then you probably restart with maybe about 21 laps to go. Now you're going to restart with 25 laps to go. Now, is that a big deal to your average person? Probably not. It's only a couple more laps. But if you stay green, that's 3 to 4 more laps. You either have to try and hold off people, or you got to try and make those tires last.
Yeah. I think we're going to bring, under this last stage here, we're going to bring in Frankie, the number 12, our stage 2 winner. Brandon, you want to bring him in real quick?
Sure.
All right.
Frankie, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, congratulations on your stage 2 win there. Great strategy there. How's the race going so far for you?
It's been a bit up and down, kind of. At least what I expected. You know, just not quite there. Looks like maybe Brandon 6, Nick Silver, maybe Mark Whitley as well. Those 3 are probably the class of the field. You know, just not fast enough. But hey, I got it done. To be honest, I got really lucky. But you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
You said that you're a little bit behind. I'm curious. Where do you feel like you're kind of missing it a little bit, or where do you feel like you yourself or your team is needing to kind of be able to match what those boys are doing?
As far as where Brandon is, Brandon 6, it looks like he's just, you know, car's more planted, maybe. Car's a little edgy going into 3. Problem is, if I try to go as deep as he does, then I'll just wash out, you know, tear up the right front even more. You know, it just mainly, I can try to go as deep as Brandon in the corner, but if I try to do that, then my tires will be gone by lap 15. So it's kind of a mixture of, you know, car's not really handling well. Like, it's kind of pushed tight, then loose. It's almost like a push oversteer kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of it is I can't brake deep enough because the car doesn't like it when you try to brake deeper. But you know, we're hanging on. You know.
Gotcha.
Hey, Frankie, real quick, man. This is Emery. It seemed like Brandon 6 had fresh tires there. If that caution wouldn't have came out, he might have got you. But I also wanted to bring up this. You put 130 laps in practice. Do you think this is paying off for you right now?
It's paying off knowing what the fuel window is. But yeah, I did get really lucky.
Right on. Well, Frankie, good luck to you. Congratulations on your stage 2 win. We are going to go green here shortly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Frankie's out there battling. It sounds like it's a battle of the tires and who has the best throttle control. And we are going to go green, and I think we're going to bring the noise.
Yes, sir. Let's bring it.
We are back at Gateway. Brandon, that is one of your favorite parts of this race. Bring the noise. It's a great sound, is it not?
Oh man, just to hear those cars just all in harmony as I can't even focus because they were 3 and 4 wide.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
All over the place. Frankie,
we were watching. What was it?
Yeah,
We were watching Bring the Noise, man. We saw one guy get loose a little bit there, almost had a caution under Bring the Noise, but we did not. He saved it. Here, take a look at it now. 3 wide, almost 4.
That was a little bit after, but yeah. Frankie, man, what a heck of a save, man. This, like we talked about earlier, he ran the most laps of anybody in practice at 130 plus. As we're gonna try and see if we can get it pulled back up here for you guys. Oh yeah, wow. That's oh, we got a wreck. Got a caution.
Yep, caution just came out. 25 laps to go now at Gateway, and I believe it's Matt Smith. That's going to be the 54 car getting in this wreck. And EJ Marshall got right into it. Is that the 88 too or no? Yeah, it's the 27. Man. Absolutely. They're on board here. 27, and Justin just gets right in the back of it. Hard leg on the wall.
Yeah, that just goes back to what I said earlier. I mean, that's just a matter of different braking points, different lifting points. But you got to be aware of the people in front of you. You got to understand where they're bringing it. But I get it. It's coming down to it. It's 25 laps to go. It's time to go. So, sucks for both of those drivers. Hopefully the damage isn't too bad. I mean, it looked like some good contact with the wall, safe barrier, I should say. So hopefully they can get back out there and try to pick up as many spots as they can.
And Brandon, you brought up a point. This last stage, that's going to go quick. Under this caution, we're going to have maybe 21, 22 laps to go. It is going to be the fastest stage we've seen tonight. And hang on, because it's going to be a battle. These cautions change the whole dynamics of this race at Gateway. If these guys are trying to figure out what they need to do, before you know it, we'll have 5 laps left, and we'll see a dash, right?
Absolutely. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send it to commercial, and then when we come back, we're going to set you guys up possibly for a 20-lap dash. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be right back.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
All right, we are back here at Gateway for the Dash for Cash presented by Harpoon Designs in the Wheels of America Cup Series. I see you guys there at home on YouTube. A lot of fans out there. We got some Vanderplatz fans, Matt Fleming, Sorrell fans. I will say the guys to watch out for are these Dash for Cash boys. Frankie Barossa right now, he is sitting in 20, let's take a look. 22nd position. They are battling for that money tonight. We got Drew Jua. He's also battling. He's in P10, it looks like. Brandon Six, he's been up the top most of this race. They've changed a little bit, and he is right there in P1. And we are green. We are green. Trying to battle through those guys. 20 laps to go here at Gateway.
Now the gloves come off.
Now the gloves come off. And Brandon pulling away right out front.
Oh, 34 shoves it in
3
there.
wide. Keeping it clean.
Hey, made the pass though. I mean, look, and look at the three. He's gonna try to follow.
Pass worked.
Oh, it got loose. Oh no! And it comes out of front.
Lots of guys getting loose. Big wreck.
Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.
Don't come back on the track.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Yeah, we got 1, 2, multiple cars. That might end the day for those guys. 19 laps to go, and you hate to see the caution come out in that fashion. Go back to the replay and see how it unfolded. Another situation where they're going 3 wide, 2 wide.
He just came down. Yeah, like he didn't know he was there. And then he didn't hold his brake to the end. And
Brandon, this is the thing we saw last time. These guys coming in full speed and causing carnage.
let's see if we
We're
can
on board the
first
floor,
out
yeah.
here.
Take a look.
Oh. So wow. Okay. Wow. I don't. I'm sorry, folks. I don't have an answer for that one.
I don't have any words. I didn't see a break. Did Brandon? Did you see the break on that, or?
Maybe he lets his brakes on the tag. I'm not sure. Let's see. We got Robert Hassan here. Okay.
A different look at it.
Yeah. Wow.
There's nothing he could do. That's it's a situation where it's tough. You go back and you look at at that replay when you're done racing and you think of all these situations of what you should have done, but
yeah, we're and of course, folks, you gotta understand. I mean, we're watching it after the fact. I mean, but what they're seeing is live, and they're trying to react to it and they're trying to make moves and but like I said, you gotta hit the brakes. So at some point you gotta lift. I know, you're trying to make up spots and everything, but you know, with the way how this league is, and this is what's great with this league is once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. You know, so you can't, you know, you're not gonna make up any more spots. You know, once the field's frozen. So, um, you know, it kind of, you know, if you're in the back, like I said, I understand you're trying to make up spots, but you know, those are the heads up situations where you got to check up, and if you don't, then it's, you know, you cause even more damage not only to yourself but to others as well. So, but you know, anyway, we got 16 laps to go. Still got Brandon 6 leading. Probably not done wrecking, but you know, since we're under pacing again,
Yeah.
let's take a look and see where our Dash for Cash drivers are. So we still got 6 Brandon 6. He's still P1. And Matthew Fleming is, I think it was P9 even on that restart, so he held station. And then Frankie has picked up the 17, so he picked up a couple spots. And Drew is P19. Looks like from what I can see.
Dropped a few spots there.
Yeah, but I think he was caught up and he had some contact with the initial situation, the way that the caution started. So it's man, if you're Bowie Esports, you know, you might be a little bit in shambles right now watching all your cars get wrecked every caution. So you know, feel bad for that guy.
Can't be happy. These cautions here late in the race, these are going to be talked about after the race. I feel like this isn't over. This might carry over to next week. Am I wrong?
I would hope. I mean, I would hope not. You know, Gateway is a very, like I said before, Gateway is a very unique track, and it's very unique because of just the fact that one corner is banked more than the other. You know, there's shifting involved. You know, and with the next gen car, there is a lot more shifting on the tracks like this, but you know, it's not. It doesn't make or break a race. There's some tracks where, you know, you could shift, but you don't have to, and it's fine. But you know, some of them, you know, you kind of don't have that, you know, situation. But pace car is about to pull off, or is pulling off. I'm sorry. And we got Brandon 6. He is still leading us beside Andrew Phipps, sitting P2. So he's going to restart here. And we are off the green. Let's see if these boys can finish it out.
14 laps to go. This is where it all counts, Brandon.
Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Time to get after it.
Nobody can really catch Brandon out front. He's led most of this race. Nick Silva's right there as well. Number 3 car, Ryan Pasoko, now in 4th position.
Oh, a little tight there. 3 and a 7 put on a hell of a battle, though.
Absolutely.
3 wants that spot. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to make up time on it, though. Looks like the 34 better place is gonna try and get a run on the high side. See if he can walk down to 3. See if he, oh, and they're sprinting in the background.
Got one corner. Yep, one down in the grass. That is gonna bring out another caution.
We can see who was involved here. I believe the 11, maybe. Yeah, we're at to back it up a little bit. See, Robert Opplinger here, and okay. So yeah, it looks like slightly. It's hard to tell, but it looks like from what I can see, it looks like he was coming out of the corner and he gassed it up, and it started to turn left. So he probably allowed the car to kind of just like fix itself, and it kind of moved back up the track, and that's when it tagged the 11.
Yeah, 11 Kenny Real. Shout out to him. It's a tough break for him. He's kind of been mid to back of the pack and trying to work his way up and just gets spun. I don't think he's going to have too much damage to that car, so he will live again. Unfortunate though.
Yeah, it's especially when you're getting down to the end of the race, man. You're just like, can we just finish?
Yep.
you know,
And, that,
you
and yeah,
yeah.
and that's the thing. If you're in that back of the pack, you're kind of you got cars 3 laps down, 7 laps down. They're running their laps. They're out there doing their thing. But if you're in that lead lap, you're in that 28, 27 spot. You want to gain as much as you can. You want to finish the race. You want to finish it clean, and you don't want to get in a situation where you're sitting in the pits, right? You want to do as much as you can for what you got left. I mean, 10 laps to go. We're gonna have maybe 8 to go, 9 to go when goes back to green. Brandon, it's gonna get exciting.
Yeah, I mean it is, and every restart it's going to get more and more aggressive. I mean, I'm looking at, the 66, the 9, and the 25. Sending P1, P2, and P3, and then you have the 7. And we all know that Mark Whitley is, he's a great driver. He's also on the aggressive side of a driver. So, is he going to go in here and ruffle up the feathers of the top 3 and try to go for the win? He won the truck race, so literally he could, hey, he's going to try and get that back to back. Him and the 66, and Brandon 6 kind of got into it the last lap. Six was leading and got I believe he got maybe just a tad loose, and the 7 tagged him a little bit, and that was pretty much all she wrote. And that's how the 7 was able to get the win there. But it's a, I don't know, man. It's if the 7 gets up there, I don't know. Do they duke it out? And then with them battling, does the 9 make a pass on them, or the 25 make a pass on them? I mean, it's so many different scenarios that can happen. With less than 10 to go. I mean, the track is big enough to where basically you can be leading on the light on the coming to the white, and you can be all the way back in 5th or 6th at the end of the finish. So I don't know. It's getting a little nervous for these boys. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be.
If I'm Brandon 6 and I'm Nick Silver, Andrew Phipps right there, and I got Mark Whitley sitting in that 4 position, I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I'm looking at it because I got a new nickname for Mark. He's a dog. He's got the fight in it. I mean, he every week it seems like he's up in that top 10 spot and he's battling his way back. He's a dog. That's all I can say. But we're always talking about Mark Whitley in that 7. He's such a great driver, always competing. And if he's sitting right there in that 4 position, it's going to be tough to hold him off and not see him at the top 2 and maybe get the win. Brandon's in the lead so far, but we shall see.
Yeah, man, like I said, I'm nervous for these boys right now. If it stayed green, then I think it would have been interesting to see how it, if Silver, maybe pulls a little bit of a rabbit out of his hat and goes after 6 and then battle hard, or Phipps goes up there and tries to battle it, or even Mark Whitley, like I said, is able to pull some stuff together and go up there. So, actually, I'm sorry. Before I even get too far in this, is that Dunkelberger in P5? Oh no, I'm sorry, P7?
He's in P7, yeah. Dunkelberger now is in P7. Another name up here, Jesse in the 45. He started in grid 38, now sitting 12th. I will say, Brandon and Andrew, yeah, these guys up front, they want this green flag to stay out to finish this race. They don't want to see another caution. They want to race this out. As the pace car is off, we're going to go green again at Gateway. And there it is. Green flag is out. We're back to racing. 8 laps to go. Brandon 6 and Andrew Phipps.
It looks like
Kinda
Frankie's
rhymes.
Looks like Frankie made. Oh, the 3 is spinning. They're checking. They're avoiding.
Ryan Pasoko.
Hit for the 21. Oh.
Just want to close my eyes because this is tough. This is too much for these guys, man. That's not what you want to see. A wreck up front in the top 10 spots.
I had to go back and see what happened here.
Big trouble.
Oh.
Just a touch.
Boy,
There he comes.
Oh, what a hit. Oh, man.
Keep seeing it, Brandon. We keep seeing it. It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
but man.
I mean, it's very, unfortunately, it's very similar to what happened in the truck race. You know, these, it's, and I'll say it after we sit here and watch this replay one more time and flats. I mean, you're jumbled up, and I get it, you know, but again, you know, when you see smoke, you gotta check up. You just gotta check up. I mean, yes, there's a possibility of you getting tagged from the rear, but I mean, the likelihood of you missing the wreck in front of you went up probably about by 50% instead of you staying in the throttle, and it's, you know, even less than that. So, you know, but this is part of it. This is part of racing. This is, you know, what happens even in the official racing. So, you know, the league is no, you know, exception to it. You know, you get down to the end, these drivers are just pushing. They're pushing for every spot they can get, every point they get, because they know if they can make the playoffs, and you know, if they win by 1 point, then they know where that 1 point came from. It was here at Gateway, and they made a pass on one car, and you know, yes, the playoffs is far away, but you know, points do matter. You know, don't misunderstand to think that wins is the only thing that matters. Points matters as well. So, you know, these guys, like I said, are pushing it. Even on that restart, I saw Frankie going down there. He made it 3-4 wide because he's trying to make up the spots, you know, and he's trying to pick up the points because he needs the points. He wants a better finish than where he's at. So, you know, will it continue with the hard racing? Yes, absolutely. Will they wreck every time? No, you know. So it's just a matter of just trying to get through it. You know, coming with 5 laps to go, we're gonna choose on your next lap, which will be 4, and so we'll restart with 3 to go. And folks, we only have 1 green-white checker, so either they're gonna make this happen, or we're gonna end up a caution.
Comes down to this at Gateway. You know it more than I do, Brandon. This is where it all counts, and Brandon 6 is up front there for the Dash for Cash. I don't see anybody follow him too close behind. We got Frankie in P11 for the Dash for Cash. But I think that's it. Those two guys right there battling.
Well, we got Fleming. Fleming is P9, so he's right. A little bit closer.
Chat's gonna beat me up for that. We got a lot of Fleming fans. I'm gonna get smoked on that one. My bad, chat. My bad, man.
But yeah, I mean, but they're close. Hey, look, like I said, anything can still happen. We're going to restart with about 3 to go. These boys are going to choose. And this is going to be critical. Very, very critical on where they choose. So we got 6 is going to stay high. Nick Silver's going to stay high. Andrew Phipps is going to stay on the bottom. So he's going to go to the lead, or to P2, sorry. I have to see if I can figure out where Fleming takes the bottom. So he's going to be 4th car on the bottom. So he'll restart P8. And looks like Frankie will be right behind him, so he's gonna restart P10. So these boys still got a chance. You know, if 6 and these boys up front, you know, they're teammates, but you know, if they get up here and they start battling and shuffling, it opens the door. So you just never know. You never know.
Not a lot of time left when we go back to green. You're gonna have to make up a lot of ground if you're sitting in that 10-11 spot to get to where you need to be. But I'm not going to count these guys out. They got it. They got what it takes. Don't get me wrong. Brandon Fetter plays, like you said, Ryan Dumpelberger, 26. He's got that chance as well. Brian Tagg, the 99, starting grid 9, and now is in the 7th position. I'd love to see that name up top. We'll talk about him enough.
Race. Definitely having a hell of a race today.
Race car is off, and we are going to go green again here at Gateway. St. Louis has been hot, and so is this racing, as we are green flag. 3 laps to go.
It looks like we're pretty clean, besides the one car looks like way in the back. Looks like it made a little weird pass, but up front it's pretty good. Track temp has actually came down, so these boys going to have a little bit more grip to play around with.
Absolutely. You see that back in the middle pack going 2 wide, 3 wide, and a big wreck there. I believe that's going to be Mark. Let's check it. No, it's not.
Oh, they're wrecking again.
Man. I think that's going to bring out the green-white. '25 car there. Andrew Phipps.
They look like they just got too close and got connected, and that was all she wrote.
Better place. I think both those cars are going to make it, to the end. Doesn't look like too much damage, but there was carnage behind there that might have some problems.
48. Oh, yeah, it's
a good checkup by those guys, just not quick enough. Better than we've seen. Everyone still seems like they're up to speed. They're going to get their laps in here. Brandon, Bowie Esports tonight. It's just having a hard time. It's not typical you see that happen, but tonight here at Gateway, we're having some issues. But I guess that happens. Not everyone's perfect.
no. You're absolutely right. Things happen. I'll be honest, folks. I don't have a response for it. As Steve would say, I'm in shambles right now. So we're just going to we're just gonna push on and continue on. That's all only thing we can do right now. But hey, so far we got a great we've had a great race so far. From everybody putting on a hell of a show. So, even though we've had some cautions and everything, so, that's, hey, it's I was about to say Darlington. It feels like
Charlotte. It's
Darlington.
Charlotte next week.
So we got Charlotte next week. So, I think that's going to put on a heck of a show.
That is a fast track. I will say that.
Now we talk about 3 wide here. We're gonna see 3, 4. I've seen some 5 wide. It wasn't pretty, but we're definitely gonna see some 3 wide there. It's a good side by side drafting. I think that's gonna be a fun race, definitely.
Charlotte will be a good time there. We're not done here. I think we're gonna have. Is it gonna be a green white, or we got 2 to go? This is it. Absolutely. Dash for cash here at Gateway in St. Louis. It's going to come down to this. Brandon 6 and Nick Silver, Mark Whitley, Brandon Fetterplace in that top 1, 2, 3, and 4 position battling. But don't forget these guys in the back. Brian Tagg, Justin Sorrell, and Ryan Dumpelberger. They're right behind that can make moves. Man, Brandon, I don't know how this is going to unfold. It is going to be wild finish here at St. Louis. What did we say early? It's getting hot in here. I think this is going to be the hottest point of the race so far.
Man, it's been hot over here since the start of the race. It's 145 degrees at the track, and it's about 180 basically in my brain right now. So much stuff going on.
I think what they call that is you may be heated. We gotta cool you off, man. You gotta get some fresh air.
Yeah. Definitely going to try and do some stuff.
Yep. Well, these guys up front probably want some fresh air too, as they keep going on with these restarts, trying to keep their position of where they're at. Brandon 6 has gotten some good jumps. And now, I think we're looking at Mark Whitley. We've been talking about him all day. Picks the inside, and he is at the P1. Told you.
Yeah,
He's
look,
a dog.
did I not call it? I said it. If he has the opportunity, I don't know, especially what happened at in the truck race. So Let's see what happens.
Yep. I'm cheering for Justin here. Justin started grid 24th and now looking at 6th, trying to get that top 5, maybe a win here. That would be a fun sight to see as the green flag is out and we got 3 laps to go.
Mark
2
Whitley
now
was loose on that restart.
here at Gateway.
Yeah.
Now if we do have a caution,
it's a wrap.
Yep.
So
it's a wrap. It's done. Mark Whitley with a bad restart there puts him in 3rd. As we got Nick Silver and Brandon 6 up front.
these guys are swaying all back and forth. I don't hear any tire squealing yet.
Nothing yet. Keeping it clean.
Good. Oh,
and another yellow comes out, and that's going to end this here. Brandon 6 is going to get the win, and the cash for Dash goes to him. He's taking home the money here in St. Louis.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. He hits the curb and oh wow. Oh man. Oh man. Well, wow. Well, definitely congratulations to Brandon 6 for getting the job done. It was probably not the way he wanted to win it. He probably wanted at least for it to stay green for a little while, but I'm pretty sure he'll win's a win, so he's gonna take it for sure.
Win's a win. We all wanted to see it go green final stage, but Brandon 6 made no mistakes here tonight. He was in the lead the whole way through. He did a great job here out at Gateway. I mean, from tire, from pitting, and all positions, he was always in that one grid spot, it seemed like. Shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all about, being able to manage, and he said it in this stage 1 win. Being able to manage your tires, manage your fuel, manage, just the race in itself. I think that's where it, some crazy stuff going on the background right now on the track. But yeah, being able to manage, all of that and put yourself in position to be there at the end is everything. So, and as you can see, if you can do that, you got the possibility of getting that win for sure.
Yes, you can. One thing too, I think you don't want the caution to come out, but man, Brandon, look at him right here, right in front of the crowd, saying hi, got the win. We got another guy in the pits doing the same. Big win for Brandon. I think Mark Whitley and Nick Silver might have made a run for him, but that was not the case. Caution came out, and this is the way the race ends.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna see if we can here in a few minutes here. We're gonna see if we can grab our top 3 here once Mr. 6 finishes with his celebratory burnout.
Give him a B+ on that. That was a good one.
Wasn't bad. I've seen better.
Wasn't bad. I said B+. I didn't say A.
All right. So
let's Brandon, bring in Brandon. Let's bring him in.
All right. See if we can bring him in. Mr. Brandon 6, you got a copy?
I do. How's the conference?
We're good. A little bit in shambles, a little bit, but we're all good. Congratulations on your win, sir. What could have been, if you would have won on Tuesday, could have had back-to-back wins, but I digress. So congratulations on your win tonight. Tell us how you got it done.
Yeah, honestly, just being patient. There was actually a lot of strategy that had to be contemplated over this whole race. I was a little nervous pitting before the end of stage 2 there, but ultimately that ended up working out with cautions and all that stuff. Was able to keep tires on it and go from there. Ultimately, that was probably the winning race decision right there. If I stayed out there, I don't think I win this race.
Hey, Brandon, real quick on that restart, you had Mark in front of him. You got the jump though. Did Mark make a mistake there? What happened?
You mean on the final restart?
Yeah, on the final.
Yeah, so the final one, he tried first gear, which I was shocked. We had enough laps on the tires that first gear kind of doesn't really work. You just kind of light the tires up, and you really go nowhere. I actually tested it on the backstretch before we went green to see if we possibly could, because I was talking to Nick about it, and it just immediately spun the tires. So I was like, nope, we're starting in second, and I just let Nick know that we were going early in the box. That way, him and I hopefully could race it out there.
Well, it paid off tonight here, Brandon. Congratulations. You got to win here at Gateway. You are the Dash for Cash winner. Big props to you. You dominated most of the field tonight, and I guess you go celebrate.
For sure.
All right.
Just got to thank...
shout out to your sponsors. Yep.
Yeah, just got to thank Battle Beaver, Owa Designs, Max Graphics, Bowie Esports, and then I'm also running the Mamacita Foundation scheme this week, since it's an anniversary of Kobe, since he passed away. So go look up that foundation and go support them.
All right, Brandon, we will check that out. Thank you again for being in here and giving us your post interview. You have a good night and celebrate the win. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Brandon, let's bring in Nick Silver, P2 spot here. Yeah, we got Nick in the house.
Let's see if we can get him on here.
I'm gonna get him real quick.
Mr. Nick Silver, you got a copy, sir?
Who's this? The voice sounds familiar.
Welcome back to the Cup Series, sir.
Thank you.
You finished P2. I gotta know, man. You've been out of the Cup car for a little bit now, so you come back, finish strong, finish P2. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly weird in practice. Had to get used to, these cars not stopping. Had to try to remember what the heck I used to do as far as steering pinion and, all the weird brake settings. And then just basically how it drives. But slowly but surely in practice, got more used to it, and then figured it out in the race, apparently. I mean, it's good to be back. I like the car and I hate the car. But after racing the truck for a little while, it's good to switch it up a bit.
Right on. Real quick, Nick, this is Emery. So practice was a little concerning, right? Because we had a lot of guys having some issues early on. Qualifying seemed good. Stage 1 was fantastic. That stage 3, do you think it worked to your advantage? Because now you're looking, you started grid 8, you're sitting now P2, you finished P2. Were those restarts bothering you, or were you kind of making some moves within that?
I mean, I would have wished it had gone green. For a while there. 6. I mean, I don't know. I felt like I was decently even with 6 on the short run. I did kind of feel like maybe he was holding back a little bit, but on the long run, I honestly felt like I was better than him. So I was hoping it was going to go green, but honestly, with the way the truck race went and a few of these races have been lately, my hopes weren't very high. And unfortunately, it was just caution fest there at the end. So basically, it was just, trying to manage the restart so I wouldn't lose any positions and could stay with him, and then hoping for a green flag run, but never happened.
Well, congratulations. You got P2 tonight here at Gateway. Give us a shout out to your sponsors before you take off. And again, congratulations on your finish.
Thank you. First and foremost, give a shout out to my teammates and everyone at Bowie Esports. Gotta thank Wheels America, of course, for sponsoring this series. Otherwise, wouldn't be possible. And thank you guys for putting on a good show.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick. We'll see you next week at Charlotte. Brandon, we got one more. We're going to bring in Mark Whitley, P3. Is he on board here? Let's bring him in.
Mark Whitley, you got a copy?
Gotcha.
Hey, man. Congratulations on your P3. From what I can see, it's a pretty up and down for the whole race. From practice, we saw everybody spinning out in practice and struggling for grip. But now you're sitting, finishing P3. Uh, walk us or talk us through the race and tell us how it went.
Yeah, practice. It was just kind of about figuring out how this car drives. This car is different from any other NASCAR or stock car we have on the service. So it's always a handful trying to get your head around it, especially coming off the race for the trucks Tuesday night. It drives way, way, way different. Like feels like when you first get in here, it feels like he's got no brakes, and you got to figure out your braking points. And it's a whole might as well be the race Tuesday might experience wise might not have even happened because it probably messed me up for the first little bit of practice. But got some practice laps, got some quick times, qualified up front. Was able to give Brandon a little run for his money there first little bit of the race, and then I did some changes with the brake bias and the brake master cylinder, trying to see if I could get it helping it rotate. And I think I might have overdone it because started getting real sketchy loose toward the end of the middle end of the run, and he pulled away a little bit. And then it was the rest of the race was just kind of like a cat and mouse game, like trying to figure out when the best time to pit. Come this time, come later. It's just trying to figure out the best time to get track position because all the cautions and all the carnage and just as many cars as there were here, it's you just want to be up front and get away from them. So we just trying stuff strategy wise, just trying to figure out pitting here, pitting there, taking two. Two did not work after about 5 laps. That thing got, I mean, oh man, that thing I puckered up a few times. That thing got a little bit too edgy for me. It was too bad. I was like, nope. I tried the 2 tires and I was never again. That was that was not good. But then we took tires there at the stage. I know Brandon and them, they came in before, and I was hoping that would go green a little bit. We wouldn't get a caution before the stage to end it early, so we'd have a little bit fresher tires. And we did have fresher tires, and it was just kind of about picking and choosing, trying to avoid the craziness getting through. And once we got up here, I thought we probably still had a little bit better tires. So by that point, we don't went through so many heat cycles. I mean, tires are probably about even, maybe a little bit better. And it really takes a couple laps to get in there, any kind of rhythm, especially that leader has such an advantage getting a jump on the restart. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the trucks, I got lucky Tuesday night because I was able to just send it off into one and it stuck. This time it was, I was trying to see what I could maybe set up to get around second place there on the last lap, but we got a caution before we could have a chance for it. But third place is, I'd say it's pretty good. Especially this hasn't always been my favorite track, so it top three is always good. I was really hoping I had all my league races lined up. I was really hoping I just go ahead and win them all this week because I won Monday and won Tuesday. This was my third one of the week. And I'm like, yeah, let's just go ahead and try to win all the league races this week. But I guess I have to settle for a top three there.
Well, Mark,
Gotcha.
congratulations, Mark. I kind of got a new nickname for you. You may like it or not, but you're the dog. You got the fight in you. Every time you're in that top 5 position, that you always have a chance to win. And I know you didn't want to see that caution come out at the end because man, I think you're looking at that P2 one spot. That was probably frustrating to see that caution come out and end the way it did. Did it not?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like I said, I was really hoping I took the inside on that last restart, hoping I could. I was honestly going to risk trying to jump the start. I was going to try to time it right, and I don't know what gear they were starting in. But I started second, first. It didn't really matter. They were both getting a really good jump. I know they're teammates. That's they had the advantage of being letting each other know when they're going to go, and they got a good jump. So I had to reorganize, reevaluate where I was going, and I felt like our tires were a little bit better. I could tell, like especially coming to the white flag. I got up on the back bumper of the second place guy, and I gave him a little tap. I wasn't really trying to. Just I got through the middle so much better, and I thought maybe I had a chance to, if I got off the corner good, I could maybe dive it down into one, do a slide job, and I was hoping maybe Brandon would make a mistake or something to have let me get anywhere near him. But it was hopefully I was hoping for a little bit more than just a couple laps there, but like I said, it's the whole night was up and down strategy. I mean, it was like 3D chess trying to figure out, what strategy you wanted to be on. And I think, if the race would have went green a little bit more toward the end, we might have been in a pretty good situation. But, all in all, third place is pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, congratulations on that third place finish. Before you get out of here, thank your sponsors real quick.
Yeah, big shout out Brantley Harpoon Design. He's not only does all my paint schemes, he also spots for me here in all my league races. So I appreciate him doing all that for me. Check him out, harpoondesign.com. He get you set up with a great paint scheme. I know he's having fun right now, redoing all the next gen cars because of the update they had today. So check him out and make sure give him some more work. My other sponsor, Shop Angry Duck. They're your one-stop shop for all your custom racewear apparel, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and anything you can think of apparel-wise. They can get you set up something custom. Now, final shout-out, my family tuning in these broadcasts and my teammates on Driven Motorsports. I know Sobel had an eventful night, so hopefully we can see him back up front next week. And thanks John, he was spotting for him on for Sobel. So I appreciate all them, all the teamwork we got, and thanks for y'all for putting on the broadcast. It's a fun time. Should be interesting to go back and watch. A little bit less stressful, I think, watching it the second time than being in the middle of it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mark, for being here and talking with us, and we'll see you next week in Charlotte.
All right, thank you.
Brandon. Gateway.
Yeah. Wow. What a race. What a race by all these guys. And they, once again, they put on a heck of a show. Yes, we had some cautions. But for the most part, man, when they went green, it was pretty daggone good. So shout out to everybody for putting in the effort. I know it was hot and slick. And the track temp is now, as we are attempt to close out, at 137 degrees. So it's come down a couple degrees. It's still pretty daggone hot out there, though. No, like I said, I enjoyed the race. Even with the cautions, it shaked up the strategy, like some of the drivers said, and was able to, try to outsmart each other. So I thought that was kind of cool to hear as well. So overall, I think it was a great race. How about yourself?
No, I have to agree with you, man. This has been a great night, a great race. We saw, cautions at the late where guys are trying to battle and get that win. It's going to happen here at this racetrack, but overall, it was exciting. I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Wheels America, Admin Box, Flim Dogs, Units, Moving Portable Storage, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, and Harpoon Design. Man, couldn't ask for more here. Dash for Cash, presented by Harpoon Designs and the Wheels America Cup Series. Thank you guys all on YouTube for tuning in. We love you guys. We love the chat. We appreciate you guys being here. And girls. Also, big thanks to AJ behind the scenes doing what he does for us. And Steve, big shout out to you. Thank you for allowing us to happen. Brandon, you're the man. Love doing this broadcast with you. It's been such a good night. I guess, Brandon, we will be back in Charlotte. Is that correct?
That is correct. Our next race is Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of NASCAR. And folks, that's going to be a heck of a show right there. We said that this was pretty good. I think that's going to top it. That might actually be the race of the season so far. And like I said, it's just because you're going to have 3 wide, and those boys can probably hold 3 wide all the way through the whole lap. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be hair raising just to watch those boys do it. But man, I'm excited for next week for sure.
Me too. Can't wait. It can't come sooner. We will see you next week, Thursday night, again for the Cup race in Charlotte. We appreciate you being here, and have a good night.
Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.